I hope everyone is excited for the fourth version of Peak as I am. It's awesome to see everyone back together once again. We have a lot of great content that we're going to be presenting to you guys over the next 8 weeks and hopefully getting you all ready for in-person programming. So I hope you're excited. I hope you join as many sessions as you can, as well as do the workouts on your own time. So for our very first session, we have Jodi joining us. Jodi is a life coach, a longtime supporter of Special Olympics, and she actually helps coach your coaches. So she makes sure that everyone can reach their potential and reach their peak, essentially. So she's going to start us off on our journey tonight to reach our peak. So Jodi, I'll let you to take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. And you guys, so happy to see you. Hey, Carla, I see a nice big wave going on there. Oh, hey, wait, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Megan. Oh, guys, this is awesome. Now, you guys also have access to the chat. And even though you're all muted right now, I would like, this is going to be pretty interactive. So I'd like you to jump in the chat when you can, and it'll just come to myself and to Justin, but definitely like to see, actually, Justin, does it go to everybody? If they do the chat, does it go to everybody, but not one-on-one?
I'm just actually going to open it up to everyone and then just make sure everyone can see.
Perfect. All right. So we've got a few people saying hi, and that's good because we like to have the interaction in the chat because it's going to help us carry on with some of the stuff that we're talking about today. All right, I still see a few people joining, so we'll just kind of let them go with that. But you can use either, let's do a test, you guys. Let's go to your reactions on the bottom of your screen and maybe give us a thumbs up or a check mark if you can see the reaction. Right? Little heart if you're feeling motivated. There we go. We got a few there. Awesome. Terrific. Yeah, so we'll be using those a little bit too, right? As we go along, because it definitely gives me an understanding of kind of where you guys are at with what we're doing. All right, a few more to come in. So with using the reactions, who is as happy that it's fall as I am? Because I am a huge fan of the fall. I love autumn. Love autumn. I like the color changes. I like the temperature. I like the smell and how fresh it is in the air. I just think it's the best season of all. And I like that I can wear turtlenecks because that's my favorite thing. All right, I think one more to bring in. Hey, Justin, and then we'll, a couple more.
Yeah, I think we can get started, and I'll just keep adding people as they come.
Perfect. Okay, we guys, I am going to share my screen so you can all see it, and I think we should be good there. Cool. Cool. All right, so you guys can all see, first of all, you have to notice, and Justin and I were just speaking about it, but my website logo has mountains in it. My website's all about mountains because they're my favorite thing. And living here in Alberta, when we get to go to the mountains, it's like my favorite thing to do. And if anyone's friends with me on Facebook, you'll know that I was at the mountains just yesterday because that's what I like to do the best, and go for hikes and go for walks and spend time outside. And I took this picture. This isn't something that was created for my website. Anything on my website, I actually took the pictures of because that's the other thing I like to do. I'm not professional, but I like to just take pictures all the time. So I'm very, very happy to be spending time with you guys today and helping you to reach your goals. And really just getting you jazzed back up to when your sports can re-enter. So my first question is, how's everybody feeling? And you can use the chat again. How are you feeling today? I know we're ready to get your program started, and then we're pulling back a little bit and having a bit more of a delay in your affiliates. So how's everybody doing with that? All right, no. Justin, because of this view, I don't actually see the chat. Oh, there we go. Hang on. There we go.
We have lots of exciteds, happies, good. Lots of positive excitement right now.
Day, I can see him now. Yeah, I just needed to pull it over. And glad to see someone voted. Happy about that. Andreas, nice. Very cool. All right, well, I'm super glad you guys are happy. And you know what you are is last time we spoke, and if anyone remembers from last time, we talked a lot about overcoming adversity and resiliency, right? And when we overcome resiliency, it's just kind of getting past a hurdle and moving on to another thing. So knowing that our programs are shut down again and having a bit of a delay, that's just another hurdle. Right? That's just another thing we have to do, because we know that we're going to get back into our program sooner than later. So that's just something that we all have to do. Now, what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about you, but we're going to focus in on one of these things. So if everyone looks at the screen, you'll see one person has multiple aspects about them, right? It's not just one thing. Who you are is every piece, this whole big giant pie, right? Some people are really word smart. Some people are really logical, mathematical, nature. Where we've talked about before is this piece over here about being self-smart and about really understanding who you are and being really confident about who you are and what you want. Okay, we've done that lots. Lots of people are very visual. Some people really, really like their music and really understand music at a different level than others. You guys are all body smart because you're all athletic, and we know that. So that's a big part of who you guys are. And then we get into one that's really smart about understanding how you work with people, right? We haven't talked about that one before. So I thought maybe we'd take today and talk about that one a little bit. Okay. So, hang on a sec, right? This is that interpersonal, right? If we did the other, it would say intrapersonal, that would be about ourselves. Intra means about internal, but interpersonal, what's our relationship with other people, right? Now, if we were to go, hang on 2 seconds. If we were to just go into the chat for just a second and say, the question is, do you get along with everybody you know? Do you get along with everybody that you know? Okay, nope. Friends, sometimes, mostly. Yeah. Mostly. Cool. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mix, right? But yeah, lots of people get along with their friends and family because they're very used to each other. You have very similar values because you're in the same environment, right? Sometimes there's other people that you come across with that there's just something, you just can't quite read them. You can't quite get along, and that's okay. That's just, they have different backgrounds to them and different potential personalities, right? So when we look at this, again, we're talking about personalities, and everybody in the room has something unique about them, and they have strengths in some areas and weaknesses in some areas, and all that is okay, right? That's what makes the world go round, when everybody is different and everybody gets to be who they are, right? I'm just going to stop sharing for just a second here so I can see everybody again. Cool. So when we think about different personalities, if you guys were to jump into the chat again, oh, I like that. Someone's already starting it. So if you think about the different personalities, what kind of things do you see? Like, what makes up who what your personality is, do you think? And I like that someone wrote, I'm a social butterfly, right? There's some people are super outgoing, like to try new things, right? Some people like to stay safe and just do what they're used to, right? Then there's a little bit of the opposite there. Some people like to be in a big crowd and they really, really get energized because they're in a big crowd. And then others really like to be private, right? And they don't want a lot of people around them because they feel better. They get their energy from being a little bit by themselves and having some private time. Cool. Parties, right? Some of you guys like to dance a little bit. I know you do because I've seen you at the parties. So everybody has different parts to them, right? Some people like to read, others like to watch movies, and it's what you like, but it's also part of who you are. So what I'm going to ask now is we're going to talk about 4 different kinds of animals, right? Just so we can see what those personality types are. So if we look at, I'm going to show you 4 different animals. And when we're talking about them, you guys are going to come off of mute. Justin's going to pull you off of mute, and you're going to actually tell me some words that you think describe that animal. Okay. And what we do with that, I don't want to know if I ask you about an animal, I don't want you to tell me what they look like. Okay. I don't want you to tell me that they're fluffy or cuddly or something like that. I want you to tell me what you think that their personality would be like. This time, what we're going to do is you guys are going to put your hand up and Justin's going to call on you, and you are going to tell me what you think, what's a personality trait of an eagle. Again, not what they look like, not what they do, right? I don't need to know that they catch fish, even though that's super cool, but tell me a little bit about what their personality might be like. Okay, Justin, you can grab anybody.
Okay, Andrew, you can unmute and you can ask or give your point.
Well, I think the personality would be that the eagle is happy.
Good, thank you, Andrew.
Thank
That's wonderful. All right, next one.
Jordan, you can unmute.
They can fly.
They can.
They fly to the river to catch fish.
Yep, thank you very much. Awesome.
Okay, Laura, you can unmute.
I think they're independent animals.
That's a good word. All right.
And Casey, you can unmute now.
And they're the type of bird.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Alex, you can unmute.
I'm gonna say confident.
Confident.
That's right.
Nice. Very good word.
Darby, you can unmute.
I think they're like brave too.
Yeah, awesome.
Danielle, you can unmute.
I think they're determined.
These are really fabulous words, you guys.
Andreas, you can unmute.
Let's see, what's another word? Like when they fly, they like to squawk. That means they like to call each other. Can I say that?
Sure. Maybe they're a bit loud.
Kennedy, you can unmute.
They are bold.
Right. Okay.
Sarah, you can unmute.
They fly fast.
So they're athletic too, right? Okay, let's do 2 more.
Okay, Michelle, you can unmute.
Peaceful.
Peaceful. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
And Cassie, you can be the last one.
Majestic.
Ooh. Did I spell that right?
Yep.
Wow, you guys, that was really good. So when we think of that eagle, they're kind of soaring high, watching everything. You hear about that eagle eye. They're very focused. I'm going to put another word down here on probably details, right? Do you think they like, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Do you think they like to win? Is that a focus for an eagle? Yeah, that's probably pretty important to them. Do you think they're very patient? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you think they're very patient? Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a mix there. Yeah. That was a tough one, right? Because they patiently fly over waiting to find their prey. So they're patient in that way, but they probably have their goals and they want to make sure that they set their goals, right? So I'm going to put that, maybe even if it is being patient, but they're very focused on their goals, right? So that's the eagle. That's a super cool animal and a lot of those traits, right? So what we're going to do now, hang on a sec. Just give me 1 second. I might have lost that. That's okay. Now let's move to our next animal. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go to an owl. Okay. All righty, so now we're going to go to the owl and we're going to take some thoughts about the owl.
Okay, Andrew, whenever you're ready.
Okay, my thought is the owl is beautiful and usually can say a nice hoo-hoo.
Yeah, they are. And what do you think their personality's like?
Oh, 1 sec. Andrew, you can unmute again.
Oh, I think their personality probably would be still happy.
Okay. Perfect. What's another word? Let's go to another one.
Casey, you can unmute.
And they can turn their heads around so they can look different directions.
Right. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to say observant, right? Because it's very important that they keep an eye on things. They like to be up high, right? And they keep an eye on things.
Leonka, you can unmute.
Strong. Strong.
Strong?
Strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strong.
Very strong for sure. And sometimes when you say strong, you say someone has a strong and what? They're strong and what? Anybody know?
Brittany, you can unmute.
They're hardworking.
They are hardworking, aren't they? Okay.
Leonka, do you have a word to go with strong?
Wise.
Wise. Yeah, that's a good word
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you always get that, right? If anyone watches or reads Winnie the Pooh, they have that owl. It's the wise old owl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so very kind of academic. All right, let's do a few more.
Erica, you can unmute.
They have to be with their babies
So
for
I'm
for
I
protection
like that. I'm gonna say protective.
from other predators.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Awesome.
Right?
Brittany, you can unmute.
They can see at night.
They can see at night. Yes. I'm gonna leave that one off of there, but that is a good observation about owls. Let's do two more.
Okay, Chrissy, you can unmute.
They're calm.
Ooh, good word. Hmm.
And then Alex or Jordan, you can unmute.
They are brave through the night, like they fly and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, brave for sure.
Awesome.
All right, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at strong. And sometimes you hear where people say, "Oh, he's a strong and silent type," right? Doesn't necessarily say a whole lot. Doesn't make a noise, but maybe just strong and silent and a bit more observant of things, but without having to be very talkative, right? The one question I have, if someone can answer this, do you think owls like to be in a big group? Are they happier by themselves or are they happier in a group? Is there a hand? I know Erica has her hand up. Maybe Erica can answer.
Erica, you can unmute.
Mute.
They probably like to be on their own.
Yeah, a bit more alone, right?
Alone, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't often see owls gathering too much in crowds that other animals might prefer to be in. They're not like a herd animal, right? So they would probably feel better. Their energy would come from being on their own. Cool. All righty. Gonna move on to another one. All righty, puppies. Okay, we're gonna go with puppies. I'm gonna go with blue for puppies. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Alex, you can go first.
For puppy, I gotta say, energetic.
Very much, right? Okay.
Danielle, you can go.
I think they are protective.
Yeah, you know what? That's right, because they normally are protective of their owners, aren't they? Okay.
Kennedy, you can go.
They are nurturing.
Yep.
Brittany, you can go.
They're playful.
Good words.
Other Brittany, you can go.
Loyal.
Wonderful.
Sarah, you can go.
They like to get the exercise.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Laura, you can go.
They're happy.
Cool. If they learn tricks really well, what does that make them?
Dylan, do you have an answer?
Smart.
Yeah, right? And do you guys think they like to be by themselves, or do you think they like to be with someone or other dogs or anything?
Kayla, you can unmute.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I would say they like to be with other people. Maybe.
Yeah, I think most do. In fact, I mean, if you think about dogs being left at home, they sometimes howl or chew up furniture because they don't like being alone, right? All right, is there anything else for puppies that we think?
We have a few more hands raised. How
Okay.
many would you like?
No, let's do 4.
Okay, Chrissy, you can unmute.
They are observant.
Okay.
Jordan Tyson.
Powerful.
Yeah, they sure can be, can't they? Especially their jaws when baby puppies biting me.
Andrew, you can go.
They're sweet and amazing.
They're amazing. Yep.
And Jordan McLeod, you can go.
They are athletic and good for comfort.
I'm going to put comfort because that's a good word for sure. And definitely athletic. Are they fun? Thumbs up. Fun or boring? Pretty fun, aren't they? Okay, so let's leave those words. Now, before we move on to the last one, do you guys see the differences? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you see the differences? If you look at all these different animals, it's pretty obvious, right? Okay, give me just a sec. All right, last one. We're going to the monkey. Let's go with red. All right, you can start taking.
Awesome. Casey, you can go.
They like to steal things.
They like to steal things. They're mischievous. How's that?
Michelle, you can go.
Silly.
Silly. Yeah.
Leonka, you can go.
They're talented.
Very cool.
Cassie, you can go.
They are loyal to the young.
So, they're young. Okay. Okay.
Erica, you can unmute.
They're playful.
Yeah. Cool.
Carla, you can unmute.
I will say they jump.
They jump. So
Yes.
I think they're athletic.
They jump to tree to tree.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Megan, you can unmute.
Yeah, they have different traits.
Yeah. What kind of traits?
Like personal, no, I mean like any characteristics in general.
Right.
So
Right.
any like saying, so say like sprinting or jumping or maybe something like the vision sights and stuff like that.
Yeah. So they're probably somewhat observant as well, right? Cool.
Kennedy, you can go.
They're extroverted.
Yep, extrovert. So again, this goes back to that they get energy from others, right? That's an extrovert where they find that they're more comfortable and they really like to be around other monkeys, other people, right? If you're an extrovert, you like to be doing stuff.
Dylan, you can go.
Intelligent.
I missed that.
Intelligent.
Oh, intelligent. Yes. Good word.
Alex, you can go.
Hyper.
Was that hyper, Alex?
Yes, I just said the word hyper.
Hyper. Okay, good.
And Jodi, how many more would you like?
Well, let's get some people that we haven't heard from before. So I'm good with 4 or 5.
Okay, I'm just looking to see if anyone has their hand raised. Brittany, you can unmute.
They're very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
Kim, you can unmute.
I was gonna say hand-eye coordination.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Awesome. I think that's all for images. So, Andreas, you can go.
I would say like they steal other people's foods, but what do you call them?
Well, you know what? We'll keep that with mischievous. Right? They're little tricksters. Maybe I'll put that. How's that?
Okay, and for last one, Michelle, you can. We got 2.
Grip. I mean, powerful.
Cool. Are they fun? Thumbs up or down? Are they fun? Funny? Kind of funny? Right? It's one of my favorite animals. When we go to the zoo, I like to go watch the monkeys because they're always goofing around. Right? I mean, we've said they're being silly, but they're funny. They're characters, right? So when we look at all these different, now this is only 4. Remember, like there's a lot of different personality types out there, but I'm just going to do the 4. And when you start to think about people, they kind of have these same traits, right? They kind of fit into certain areas. So hang on 2 seconds here. There we go. Hang on just a sec. Nope. If I do, I'm going to jump around a little bit here. All right. Does everybody get along? Right? If we look at those 4 kind of animals, do they all get along? And what do you think? What do you think an eagle? And do this in the chat, you guys. Would an eagle and an owl get along very well? And if we look back, I'll shoot this over here really quickly. What do you think? Would an eagle and an owl get along? So you can put your hands up, but also please do it in the chat because I'd like to see a lot of feedback here. Yeah. Some say yes. Oh, lots of no's. Maybe, yeah. So you know what? I think that they'd probably, and again, we're not talking about the animals anymore. Think about the personalities. Do they get along, or would they kind of conflict? I personally think they probably have a lot of respect for each other, right? They're probably quite high level high functioning, goal setting, stick to the job at hand, stick to the task. You know what I mean? And as long as everybody's doing their job properly, they probably get along. Right? So that's one set. That's one set. They might get along relatively okay. Like they're not going to be best pals, but they probably have a lot of respect for each other. Right? And then what about, hang on 2 seconds, this multimedia businesses. What about the owl and the puppies? Right? How about them? Owl and the puppies. What do we say about that? Yes, yes, no, no. Okay, put your hand up if you want to tell us what you think and why. Okay, Justin, whenever you see somebody, that looks like there's about 3.
Okay, Betty, you can unmute.
No.
You don't think they get along?
No.
And why not?
They have different behavior.
Yeah, they are different behavior, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Betty. Okay, let's do another one.
Danielle.
Yes, I think they would get along, but in a way, they wouldn't because of their nature and how they play and stuff.
Yeah, right. The puppy would probably lick the owl. He'd be like, come on, come play, come play. And the owl would be like, back off. You're in my space.
Yes.
Right? Awesome. Kate, let's do the next one. Thanks so much.
Andreas.
So we were talking about between the owl and puppies, right?
That's right.
I would say
what do you think?
They don't get along each other?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I say that, Jodi?
Yeah, that's probably, yeah, exactly. Probably right. They're probably not pals. So when we get look at the people in the chat here, the owl would eat the puppy. That's a very big possibility. It would probably grab it with its talons, right? But they wouldn't have a lot of respect because the puppy would be kind of silly and wanting to play so much, and the owl would be like, back off. You're in my space. I don't really want to be that close. All right. We'll just do a couple more here.
Laura, you can unmute.
For the owl and puppy, I don't think they would get along because I actually have a fear of owls. I'm actually totally scared of owls, and so in my sense, I think the owl would just stare at the puppy because owls stare at things all the time.
Yeah.
So I would call that the puppy would be scared of the owl.
Yeah, yeah. And what do we think? I'm going to fast forward this a bit, but if you think about the eagle and the puppies, it's probably very similar, isn't it? Right? Where the eagle would be very dominant over. I see Eric has hands up. So Erica, you can unmute.
They will not be best friends.
And why do you say that?
If the eagle attacked one of the baby puppies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so
then kill the baby puppy, and there's two puppies left.
Yeah. So the eagle's just that dominant personality, right? So
yeah.
So, yeah. And let's jump over to this one. Let's look at the owl and the monkeys. How do you think everybody gets along with the monkey?
Jordan, you can unmute.
Puppies can get along with monkeys.
Puppies and monkeys would get along for sure.
Yes.
Good observation.
and puppies were afraid of owls
Yes.
because puppies can play with monkeys.
Yep.
They can play tricks together.
True.
Thank you, Jordan. Erica, you can unmute again.
It could be best buddies.
Yeah. There we go. Puppies will get along. Monkeys. I'm looking in the chat again. Yep. I agree with Jordan. Yep. Exactly. Right. So when it comes to, oh, I'll tell you the password in just a few minutes, guys. When it comes to looking at these different personalities, again, we're not talking about the animal specifically. We're talking about those personalities. Not everybody gets along, and some have different different qualities. And again, everybody's right. That everybody that fits into this, there's nothing wrong with anybody. They're just different, right? So when we're looking at ourselves and we're starting to think about what, like, where do we fit? Is one better than another? No, there's none better than another. So when we start thinking about what does this mean, right? Why are we talking about this? This is a weird thing for us to talk about, talking about different animals on our Mindful Mondays. Well, what it does, and the reason that I'm doing it, is to show you that we're actually here and we can put ourselves into these positions, right? Where we're not going to get along with everybody. We're not going to be the same as everybody. And that's a bonus, because everybody in this room is really special in their way. And you can maybe lean towards one of these different personality types. So just really quickly in the chat, if you had to say that you were one of those four things, an owl, an eagle, a monkey, or a puppy, what's your personality? Type it in the chat. We have a lot of puppies in the room. Monkeys, yeah. I have one eagle and a couple owls. Yeah. A monkey and an owl, okay. Yeah, okay. So now I have another question for those that have already answered it. Can you think of somebody in your lives now, whether it's a parent or a coach, that's not the same as you, right? Someone different, someone in your life that's different than you are. Are they an eagle, an owl, a puppy, or a monkey? So think about who it is and then say it, put it in the chat. Right? For me, it would be like my dad is an eagle. Cool. Nice. Sister, friends, coach. Think about your coaches. Cool. So now where we go with it is, what do we do about this? Like, why does it matter if somebody is something different? What does it mean? And sometimes it means that sometimes you either might get along really, really well. Sometimes it might mean there's a bit of a struggle. to get along. You're not on the same page. You're not always on the same wavelength. You don't communicate the same way. And sometimes you just feel a little bit off. And you have to start thinking, well, wait a second. If I'm a puppy and I'm talking to an owl, and I know based on the list we created that owls don't really like to have people near them. They like their space. Then if I'm a puppy, I need to respect that owl, right? So think about someone that's totally opposite than you, right? And you want to go over there and you want to go and give them a big hug, or you want to go and give them a big high five and spend a lot of time with them. Just remember that sometimes people need their space. Now, let's do the opposite. Let's do the opposite. Let's say that you're an eagle or an owl, and you're going over and you're visiting with somebody who's a monkey, right? All the monkey wants to do is play, right? So sometimes if you're that eagle or the owl, you have to be prepared to go over and play and to be that friendly and that outgoing kind of personality. So sometimes be strong and be who you are, and sometimes be a little flexible and go, okay, I need to play this time. I'm just going to do what suits that other person today. And tomorrow, maybe they'll do what suits me. Does this make any sense? You guys, show me a thumbs up so I can see. Yeah? Or a thumbs down, whatever you're feeling. But yeah, what it's saying is you guys, no matter if you're an owl, an eagle, a monkey, or a puppy, everyone is exactly who they're supposed to be. And you're perfect the way you are. It just means sometimes you have to really think about it and think about how do you connect with that other person that is so different, right? Now, if you were to come back on Facebook tomorrow and after having spent time with some people and just throw a little note out there that says, oh, Jodi, I saw somebody that was different, that was something else. Then you're noticing it, right? Then you're getting to see what that other person is and understand what their personality can be. And that's all this is today, is just really getting to say, oh, I'm observant of somebody else and I'm going to communicate with them in a style that works for them, right? And if anyone has, hang on 2 seconds. If anyone has ever, oh, sorry, Justin, I'll just let you do that. I think I sent that over to you directly. There you go. Whenever you're again communicating with somebody, just tweak it just a little bit so that you're listening to them and letting the conversation be about somebody else. And then they'll do the same to you, right? It just helps communicate. All right. Does anyone have any questions? If you do about this, we'll talk. You can see the password is in there. Okay. But if you have any questions, put your hand up and we'll do a quick round of questions. So again, if you have a chance tomorrow or whenever in that little Facebook group, feel free to say, oh, I noticed something today. I noticed, and I got along with so-and-so a little bit better because I noticed there may be an eagle and I did something differently because of that, right? It's just a different observation. But you know, other than that, are there any questions? I don't think so. All right, was this valuable? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Valuable, helpful, cool. Well, I hope it's something that you can use in the future. And you guys, I'm gonna see you next Tuesday. So have a fabulous, fabulous Thanksgiving. I hope you have lots of turkey or whatever you do to celebrate. I know I will be cooking turkey. And we'll see you on Tuesday next week.